These days, audio is just as important as video in producing a high-quality film. So, what are we going to do about that? Well, the built-in microphones on cameras aren't very good, and, if you want to become pro, you're going to need to step up. So that's what we're going to show you today. So we've actually got here the Sennheiser MKE400 shotgun microphone for camcorders. Great for people who are just getting into filming, amateurs on their camcorder. It's very small, it fits straight into my hand like that. Very slim profile, very slim box as well actually, just while I'm there. All metal construction, maximum side noise rejection optimization for video recording, switchable sensitivity for long and short distances, switchable noise filter, approximately 300 hours of operating time from a single AAA battery, which is actually what it takes. And it actually has an integral shock mount for the rejection of handling noise, and a foam windshield which is included. So actually very small. I'm just going to quickly show it to you right now. Very slim design. As it was saying actually on the back of the box, you've got here obviously the switches to turn it on. So you've got off here at the far right side. In the middle you've got the windshield preference, and on the far right side here you've got the on button. So obviously the wind, you'd use that in the condition where there's a lot of wind, and hopefully this sort of pop shield slash foam blocker, wind blocker, will actually stop the wind from ruining your audio. So that's very handy for recording outside. Over here in the middle you've actually got a little LED battery indicator. So that's very handy. You always need to know when the battery is running low or if it's on or whatever. And then right on the end here, on the last set of switches, you can actually toggle the volume up or down. So obviously you'd use plus if you were at a further distance, and you'd use minus if you were actually at a closer distance. Now most of my videos at a close distance of only a few meters, so I'd actually use the minus setting. That's pretty good for just close distances. If you're outdoors, I guess, plus for further distances, and the wind filter should be a great mix. Around the back, nothing else, just very slim metal profile. Here you've actually got a built-in cold shoe mount, so you can actually mount this onto a cold shoe camera, or a camera that actually has a hot or cold shoe. My Sanyo HD camera actually has a cold shoe, so I can mount it onto that. And you just tighten it over here. Now you can see just here there's a little bit of just in this where this gap is, there's a bit of rubber. That is actually a shock mount, as we saw on the back of the box. That actually just absorbs the shock. So basically if you bump the camera or bump the tripod while you're recording, this actually absorbs the shock a little bit, and hopefully it won't come out in the audio once you're finished producing the final video. So as you can see, very small, and let's try it out, because I really want you guys to see how this works. Now before we start off, I should mention that the output jack for the actual microphone is a 3mm jack. So if your camcorder actually supports a 2mm input jack for a microphone like mine does, you will need to actually get a converter cable so that will actually work with it. Mine already comes with it, but that's just a heads up for you guys to know. Now as you can hear, I'm speaking through the inbuilt microphone of my Sony HD camcorder, and let's actually plug in the microphone and see how we go. So I'm going to do this in real time with you guys. I've got the cable here for the mic. I'm just going to open up the little pouch here at the front, and there's actually an input. Okay, so if you can hear me now, this is what it's like when it's on in the minus mode. So that means it's a short distance mode, very close to the camera, maybe about a meter away, not very far at all. So that's what it sounds like. I'm just going to turn on the plus setting, which is actually the long distance setting. I'm going to stand all the way in the other end of the room and see what the audio is like. So I'm just going to switch it over to the plus setting right now. Okay, so this is what I sound like close to the camera. I'm getting further away, further away, further away, further away, further away, and further away. So it's pretty far, and I'm actually walking around the camera now and just coming behind the camera, so behind the microphone, so you can see what it sounds like when a subject is actually behind the microphone and behind the camera. And now I'm in front of the camera again. So you can see that it actually changes a bit. So depending on how close or far you are from the camera, I'm going to just switch it back on to minus again because, well, I'm actually close to the camera. And now last feature is the actual the wind feature, the wind resistant feature on the pop shield of the microphone. So I've actually got the Dyson fan out here, which we reviewed a while back, thanks to the guys at Dyson. I'm going to turn it on, see if you guys can hear the wind, see what it sounds like, and yeah, that's the best way of trying it out. So I'm going to switch it to the... Okay, so we're on the windshield mode. Now I've got the fan, I'm going to put it on and make it oscillate. So if you can actually hear me, this is what it sounds like with the windshield feature on. Hopefully it should sound pretty good. That's what it's meant to do. And right now I'm going to switch it back to regular mode without the windshield feature. Okay, this is without the windshield feature. Does it sound any different? You decide. I think it sounds pretty good with the windshield feature, as that's what it's meant to do. And it actually has the pop shield, so that's pretty good. I'm turning it off. Okay, so the fan is off. Now, you've heard all the different settings that it's been in, and I think it's a pretty good camera. Oh, sorry, a pretty good shotgun microphone. The only downside to this microphone is that it's very expensive for some reason. It has great build quality, it's very durable, it's not made in China, so maybe that's why it's more expensive. I think it's made in Germany. And it's Sennheiser, so it's actually costs around about $389, a bit more, a bit less, depending on where you're buying it from, in Australia or outside the Australia. Quite expensive. I don't know if I could actually spend that much on a shotgun microphone, especially when it's so small. But, you know, the audio quality is very good from it, so maybe it is worth it. But then again, you can get some other cheaper microphones and shotgun microphones and pay less. But, you know, I think you get what you pay for, so the build quality is very good, and it works very well. And yeah, definitely recommend that you guys check it out. This is Daniel for Live Tech Australia and Top Level Reviews with the Sennheiser MKE400 shotgun microphone for camcorders.